splits over my pants, and I love it. My camera stopped recording, but I think I said everything I needed to say. Hello everyone, and welcome to session 52 of the Little Wolf Knits podcast. My name is Brianna, and I am the dyer, designer, and human behind this YouTube channel and all things the Little Wolf Knits. It is a rainy and gloomy Wednesday. I forgot what day it is. Afternoon. It is Wednesday, August 7th. I don't know how that has happened already, but it is Wednesday, August 7th. It is gray. It is gloomy. There is a tropical storm rolling through the Northeast, which honestly means the temperatures have dropped a little, and it has been perfect weather for not only wearing all of the handmaids, but all of the crafting, and I have been loving it. So we have a few things to talk about today. I do have a finished object. I have 2, 3, 4-ish whips to talk about, and a few things that I have been figuring out plan-wise, plus some things in the shop. So if you're down to chat some nitty things and see what I've been up to this last week, grab your making, grab a cup of something, and let's jump in. Let's start first with what I'm wearing. I feel like I have talked about this. I have worn this on the podcast before, but this is a very twisted t-shirt summer. I feel like we're back to the basics. I'm wearing a lot of t-shirts. I'm finding, I don't know if it's the weather, I don't know if it's the traveling I've been doing or working now that I'm working mostly from home, if my wardrobe is just changing, but I have been living in my twisted t-shirts and I'm not upset about it. This one is getting a little blown out. Ooh, that's really good color lighting. Is my second sample of this. It has a little bit of negative ease, and this contrasting color is called Low Tide. Oh, that's really good color representation. And this main skein is Chicago, which is a From the Open Road colorway, and they're both on my sunfish base. Has the cutest twisted rib detail, the coolest side detail on both sides. I know I showed it with my other one in acai maybe 2 weeks ago, but I'm loving it. I love this one. It's a little cropped, and I'm just wearing it with some like trousery kind of cargo pants, and I love it. I love the look, and I love the fit. That's all that I'm wearing today. Like I said, the temperature is dropping a little, but it's still summer here in the US. So let's chat admin for just a second. So admin things. We do have some updates, and they are exciting, sad. They're the end of one thing, means the beginning of something else, right? So it is our official last week of the Hot Stitch Summer Mal. It actually wrapped up yesterday. Today was our last posting day, which means tomorrow, when you will have seen this, yesterday was our last posting day. But Chelsea of Knitting Tipsy and I have wrapped up our annual Summer Mal, and we had so much fun. And it really has been so amazing just to see how much folks have been working on. And I don't just mean like producing FOs, but the excitement and the joy that people have been getting out of their makes this summer has been so much fun. And it certainly will not be our last year. That's all I'll say. But that is officially over, which means we're going to take just a little bit of a break here, and we will have our next Mal starting quite soon. By the end of this month, the second annual, apparently I'm just into the annual Mals this year, or every year maybe. The second annual Rhinebeck Rumps Mal is starting, which means any design specifically for your bottom, way to go. Really any garment for fall. But as we work toward Rhinebeck, this is a time to make bottoms, skirts, dresses, even like long duster cardigans or things like that. Underwear, shorts, I don't know, whatever you want to put down there is cool with me. All the details will be coming soon, but get ready because it will be starting the end of this month, which means I will have a little pattern sale in my shop. Should we just start it now? Should we just start the pattern sale? Let's just do it. We will have a pattern sale. Use the code RhinebeckRumps for 10% off any and all patterns in my shop that you would like for the next, let's say, 2 weeks. And have at it. Also, I'm like not going to go through and select which ones are butt related and not. So it will just be all patterns, but make sure to grab any and all patterns that you would like because I don't know when the next time I'm going to do a sale is. And get your yarn ready. The tailgate collection is still open. I know I'm jumping into in the shop, but there's yarn available. Order some things and get your yarn ready because our Rhinebeck Rump Smell starts very soon. That is all I have for admin, so let's jump into what I finished lately. I have one finished object, and it is still in the project bag because I haven't even touched it actually since I finished it. So this is I have 2 pairs of scissors in here. Like, what is happening, right? What is happening? But I have 2 pairs of scissors in here. This is my beautiful sister cactus bag. And in it, I have a skein of red berries on laser, which is this incredibly soft, squishy single ply base. And you can see I have used well into the second skein for this project because I have finished my Third Ave Tee, my second sample of my Third Ave Tee. But look how cute it is. I still have the progress keeper on here. I did weave in all my ends, I believe. I hope. I have a memory of weaving in all my ends, so I hope I did. Nope. Maybe it was not on this. My memory is wrong. But this is my Third Ave Tee. It is a pattern that will be coming out this month, actually. I can't see the calendar, so I'm not sure if it's next week or the following week. But very soon. So again, get your yarn ready. It is a super basic, simple t-shirt with this cool, like sideways rib edging, which is so cool. And the back of it has this really fun cross back sort of detail. This will all flatten out and sink into itself once it gets blocked, which clearly it has not been yet. But it's a super cute, quite modest up top. It just shows a little bit of skin, depending on what pants you wear. Honestly, if I wear super high-waisted, it just splits over my pants, and I love it. My camera stopped recording, but I think I said everything I needed to say about this sample of my Third Ave Tee. Look at the colorway, it's so good. And I still think I might use this colorway to make another Second Ave sweatshirt. I don't know, I really like it. But after this video, my plan is to weave in all of these ends and get this one soaking in a bath because I'm gonna wanna wear this one soon. And if I get it in today, it will likely dry by tomorrow or Friday, and then I could take it with me this weekend, which would be a lot of fun. But one FO, and I am darn proud of it. I don't remember how much I had left when I spoke to y'all last. I think I was finishing the bottom hem, so I did 2 sleeves and the neckband, and I finished it on Friday on the way down the shore. I thought I was going to finish it before then and block it, but I didn't quite make it, but that's okay. I finished it in the car, which is why none of the ends are woven in. But that is the only thing I finished this week. So let's chat about what else I've been working on. The first whip I have is one that you've seen already. It is in my burnt orange, my Magner bag, which I love so much. And inside it, I have 2 partially used cakes of Shibui reed in Ivory. You can't see this. I realize my light is making it hard to see things. But that's okay. Take my word for it. And in it, I have a large chunk of the body of another Seaside top. Okay, it looks really good when I hold it up. I'll be honest, I've never knit with 100% linen. I've knit with a cotton linen from Knit Picks, I think. And I remember enjoying that. This is quite interesting, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. I wouldn't say it hurts my hands, but I also wouldn't say it flies off the needles, and I think that's two reasons. One, the fiber itself, and two, I'm knitting helically, so I feel like I have to pay attention to what I'm doing, because there have been a few times where I have knit past where I'm supposed to knit, and just had to take back a little bit. But this is a top, and y'all are gonna laugh about this one. So I'm adding some extra length to the body of this because this is for my mom, and I know she won't want something super cropped. I know she also won't want it super long, so I'm thinking like a 10 or 11 inch body would be perfect depending on how much yarn I have. So what I think I'm going to do before I continue working on this is weigh these two. Because I'm helically knitting, I'm using 2 balls of yarn, and it's hard for me to tell how much I have left. So I'm going to weigh these two and get a sense of where I am with my yarn. Once I'm about halfway, I know the top, the front, and the back won't take halfway, but I want to make sure I don't run out. I'm thinking I'm going to split for front and back. I'm at about 8 inches here. So I'm in a good spot. I'm going to, like I said, weigh those and then figure out a plan from there. I will say that I did not swatch, and I think I'm okay on gauge, actually. I haven't measured. I should measure. I feel pretty good with my gauge. What I'm unsure of is what this is going to do once it is blocked. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm spot on for gauge. I don't know why. I think it's the way I knit. I'm using a size 5 needle, and it seems like, unless I'm using like a DK or something very large, regardless of the yarn, my gauge is my gauge. I don't know if it's because the way I wrap, I really feel like my tension is consistent and consistent in the size of stitches I make around the needle. So I felt good about this gauge before I made it, and I'm hoping and wondering if the fabric, I know linen doesn't grow very much, will it bloom? I had one person tell me that linen sometimes like blooms and plumps up a little bit once it is blocked. It's still a cool look like this. This feels a little bit more like beachy vacation-y. And I think if it blooms, it will be like a really elegant top. So I'm curious to see what it is going to be like. If you have used this yarn specifically, or honestly any yarn that is 100% linen, and this looks like, I don't know if it's a chainette. It kind of looks like, I'm not sure how linen yarn is made. But if you have any experience and know what will happen or have thoughts about what will happen, please let me know, because I am curious to find out before I finish this top. But the hope is that this should get finished in the next week for sure. I would love to get it finished in the next 2 or 3 days, but we'll see if that happens. That is my first whip, and I also have a very new baby whip that is honestly taking a lot of time and attention. You have not seen it yet, but I have been loving it, and I only cast on yesterday. So, a little backstory on this whip. First, it is in my Monstera Tanny Casey bag that I got at Cake last year, and it is going to be a fall design. I know that I have this coming out in August, my Third Ave Tee. I have the happy hour top with the open back that I wore last week. Coming out in September. October and November, I have 2 designs. I'm not sure which is going to come out first. I think this might be October, And then I have the E Street sweater, remember, with the open slits in the arms, that I think will be for November. If you have thoughts on that after you see this whip, let me know, because I have to make a decision in the next basically 3 days. By next week, I need to start a testing group, and I'm not sure which one I'm going to start. So in here, I have 2 yarns. One is an exclusive colorway that I dyed with my Wolfpack, my membership. Last year, I believe this was our Q3 colorway, and I'm not going to share the name with you right now, but that is on my 420 base. I also have Boucle, which was the coordinating tonal for that yarn I just showed. And this is on my Schooner base, which is my DK weight Boucle base. And I decided, I was like, what are you seeing? There's a little spot on here. It's a misfit. That's why I have it. But it doesn't look that bright. That's what it looks like, kind of. I decided for this fall, I really want a Second Ave skirt. So I know we have our Second Ave sweatshirt and our Second Ave sweatpants, but I really want a Second Ave sweat skirt. I just think this boucle skirt, a tie, drawstring tie, would be the cutest little thing for the fall months, and I'm just dreaming of wearing this at Rhinebeck. So this is the very beginning of that. You can see I have started working on the fold over hem. I have not connected it yet. I literally started this last night because I wanted something to bring to the movies, and I was worried about just bringing my Seaside shirt in case I made a mistake or helically knitting wasn't working. So I brought this and did some knitting on it, and I should be joining for this tonight, potentially, depending on what I work on today. Potentially tonight, I'm going to make an I-cord before I join for this. And I'm going to use the 420 for the I-cord. But that should work up in just about a week or so. And I am so excited to get this off the needles, but I also want to make sure I don't neglect this. So I'm going to be balancing these 2 whips for a little bit over the next few days. I have done a little bit of spinning this week, and I'll be honest, I did a little bit on my drop spindle. Not enough to write home about, not enough to show you because it looks the same. But I did start a wheel project. Oh man, every time I start spinning on my wheel, I get totally obsessed, hyper fixated. There's nothing else I can do. I only want to do this for hours and hours and hours. And this project has not been any exception to that. So you saw the 3 braids that I showed you last week. I spun 2 of them. So first I spun, you can't see it on here because I have these wooden bobbins, so you can't like see the inside. But first I spun the Corriedale from A Lair Artifacts, and then I spun the Falkland, and it was so great. And I decided what I'm doing with these. Well, decided for now, as far as I needed to decide. Now I have this 3rd braid that is a Kent Romney braid that I'm going to be joining probably tonight and spinning onto this the same bobbin. I am spinning very fine because my plan is to make this a 3-ply. Very, very fine. Like this is, I don't know. Can you see how fine that is? It's fine. I'll show you my ply back sample. And this is I don't know. I feel like once you get to the end of a braid, for me at least, it's always like a little bit more inconsistent. Not as thin. But let me show you my ply back sample. Let me pull some out. There you go. Very thin. So this will be a probably sport weight, maybe leaning DK, depending on how much this fiber plumps, 3-ply. So I have 1 ply, which you're seeing here. that is all of these like wine, burgundy, maroon colors that I'm very excited about. And then I'm undecided on the second ply right now, which you will see why in a second. So I need 6 ounces for each ply. That was 6 ounces, perfect. Then I need basically a braid and a half and a braid and a half. So I wasn't sure whether I was going to take 2 braids from there wasn't anything in my stash I was loving, like this needs to go with it. But I did have a few braids in my shop. So I had Biscuits with the Boss, which is like pinks and mauves, really light. And then Linzer Tarts, which is very reminiscent of this, maybe without like some of this goldy brown. These purples, maroons, burgundies, reds. So I thought that could be really cool. But then I was like, what am I going to do with half the braid? How am I going to separate it? What's that going to look like? So then I was talking to my friend MC from Blame the Knots about it. It was like, tell me what to do. I can't figure it out. And she said, why don't you go check your mail? So I checked my mail. We're getting into a little bit of acquisitions here, but it's relevant here, so I'm just going to share it. I had the most beautiful fluffy bat from my friend that she processed and carded. Let me see. How does this work? How does this open? How cool. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. And it is 2 ounces of 100% Shetland. So what I decided was that this 2 ounces would be perfect with another 4 ounce braid or whatever to be a separate ply. First I thought maybe Linzer Tarts and then like mixing this in between the braid. But then I had another idea. So I think I'm going to take this. I've never spun from a bat before, so it seems doable, but let me know if I'm wrong. When I was going through my fiber stash, I found these Rolags, and it's 4 ounces worth of Rolags from Hikari Handmade, and I believe this is called Mochaccino. It is, yes, Mochaccino. It is, I don't know what fiber it is, like tans and browns and some like charcoal gray, very neutral, and I love this. So what I think I'm going to do is intersperse these Rolags with this bat. So like 3 Rolags, a strip of the bat, 2 Rolags, strip of the bat, back and forth for my second ply. So there's that. So now we're doing some fun things with these plies. This one ply is 2 ounces, 2 ounces, 2 ounces. Then this ply will be an ounce, an ounce, an ounce, an ounce, an ounce, an ounce. It really will be like half an ounce, half an ounce, half an ounce, half an ounce. I don't know how I'm going to split it up yet. But we're going to go back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 Rolags. So I could do 2 of these are about half an ounce. So I could do half an ounce, back, back and forth. It really will be less of this. You know what I mean. So then I will have one ply that is very neutral, creamy tans, which I think will be so perfect with this burgundy winey ply, right? And then I'm undecided still on this third ply, but I think it would be cool to have the third ply be one colorway that's consistent. So we have like almost a gradient for one ply, back and forth for a second ply, and then one singular colorway for a third ply. And I think, I'm not sure if it's going to be Biscuits with the Boss or Linzer Tarts from my shop, but my plan is to, I have both dyed up so I can pull either, and I will dye up more next week, so no one be upset if I'm stealing from the shop. But my plan is to finish plying the purple and then ply this so I can see what this looks like on the bobbin before I make a final decision. Because, you know, if I go with a light third ply, the overall look of the yarn will likely be a little lighter. And if I go with the more purpley, we'll see what that ply looks like. I don't want it to be like one ply that looks really out of place. but I'm so excited and I love every single second of spinning this. So that is all I've been working on because it has literally eaten hours of my week this week, and I don't regret it for a second. I cannot wait, honestly. I want to finish this podcast only so that I could go spin more. That's how much I'm in love with spinning right now. And I'm okay with that. I was watching Andrea Mowry earlier, and she was talking about a participation curse. And I feel like that's what happened with Tour de Fleece. Because I was like, Tour de Fleece, I'm going to spin every day. And then I was traveling. I did not spin at all. And I feel like I spun less, honestly, than I had been spinning before I thought about joining a make-along. So I realized my little stitch stopper, my Highland cow, fell out of my bag, so I'm throwing him in there. Yeah, participating in the MAL really threw me off, so I am excited that my mojo is back, and I'm excited to keep spinning. That is all that I've worked on. I'm looking around to make sure, and I don't plan on casting on anything new for the time being because I got to finish this, and then I got to finish this, and we'll see where I go from there. However, I do have some updates about things that are in the shop, so I wanted to share them now. There are a few things that are still in the shop that I talked about last week, so let's give you a little rundown. I know I said it was last call on Beetle Juice countdowns, Beetle Juice inspired October countdowns. However, we have had a little mishap in the dye studio. My water heater broke, like my tiny one that I use just for the studio, not for our house. We replaced that last year. If y'all remember, there was a fire, but it broke. And a replacement is on the way. However, there was a leak. It leaked over the weekend. Some things were wet and moldy, and it was a whole mess. So dyeing that countdown did not start this week as I had anticipated. So this is actually your last call on the 13 or 30-day countdowns. Single day options will stay open for a little bit. Until I have to dye them or until they sell out. And there is something really exciting that's going to be hitting the shop. Actually, by the time you're watching this, it is now in the shop as a little add-on to a Beetle Juice box if you were able to grab one. Or maybe the box is not in your budget right now, but this is. So hold on, let me go grab it. This year, yet again, I know we did this last year, I have collaborated with my friend who you might know as the Toasty Hen. And when she saw that I was putting together a Beetlejuice inspired box, she said, hold on, you need to see this fabric. I think we have to make bags. And the second I saw the fabric, I was like, oh yes, we have to make bags. Now, these are very limited. There are only 10, and I hesitate to even say that because by the time you're watching this, there may be less. But look at this project bag. Okay, I didn't want to take them out. However, I need to show you this. It is an amazing, amazing box bottom. This is a large size. Like, look at it next to my head. And it is an unlined is not the right word because there's this really fun lining. The interfacing is thin. It's a squishable bag. That's the word I'm going to use. Beautiful, simple, like I said, drawstring bag. Really fun Beetlejuice ribbons for the top. The Beetlejuice fabric on the outside, and this cool like cross hatch, black and white and green inside. And I love them so much. I am so excited about this. I love the quality of these bags. If you've never had a bag from the Toasty Hen, they're really great. And this year, I don't know, man. I feel like we just knocked it. I shouldn't say we. She knocked it out of the park with this one because it's so good. Oh no. I am sorry to whoever. This will maybe be my bag. Because I feel like I didn't package this as well as she had it packaged. But okay, there we go. I think we got it. I think we got it. How's that look? Good? I think it's pretty good. Okay, so those are in the shop now, along with a last call on these boxes. We also have our super shitty December boxes. Like I said, all the options, fingering DK and fiber, single day, 15 and 30 day. They're all there. They are in the shop now. And we still have our August clubs in the shop, which I showed last week. We have our Schitt's Creek inspired flute line. And we have our New Girl inspired Saturday is a day for sleeping. I really want, okay, hear me out. I want a skater dress in this. And I may or may not have a skater dress on my list of designs for 2025. And I don't want to wait to use this yarn, but it feels like the perfect, like, grungy colorway for that, right? So these are both still available. We have bags, we have countdowns, we have cherry bomb accessories. The first round is on its way to me and it will be out the door, but I'm keeping that listing open. Summer's not over yet. I'm gonna keep it open through at least August. So grab your cherry earrings, progress keepers, or hair clips if you would like. We also have, I think, just 2 bags left from Coven Collective and a bunch of progress keepers, porcelain progress keepers from my friend Very Warm Stripes. That's all that oh my goodness gracious. I talked about it in the beginning, but I didn't really go into it. We also have the Tailgate Party collection that is live. It is all available, all 9 variegated colorways and 4 tonal. Last week, I missed potato salad because Michael walked in and distracted me. Silly me. It's right there. It's so beautiful. Let me just grab it and show you how beautiful this yarn is. Potato salad, man. Ah! It's so good. I really love this one. This is going out to a friend tomorrow. And I dyed up some crack of chili for myself on 420 for potentially my next whip after these 2. And I'm really excited. I'm going to cake that up. It's downstairs. I'm going to cake it up and you will definitely see it in a project bag next week. So that's very exciting. But yes, the pre-order will be open until next week or so before I start actually dyeing those colorways. So make sure to get them in. Perfect opportunity to grab yarn for your fall sweater, your Rhinebeck sweater, or any fall wintry cast-ons that you're hoping to add to your queue. I think that is all we have. I already talked about my acquisition from my friend NC, so let's just talk about life for a second. What has been happening in our life? I feel like we have been so busy and not doing that much because we're back into our routine now, and I am totally okay with that. Last week, Michael and I went to see... Michael, what did we go to see last week? Oh yes, we didn't go to see anything. We watched Twister, the original 1996 version, at home because this week we went to see Twisters and it was so cute. Both of them were so cute and I liked them. They were cheesy and sad and happy and I love them. Also, I will never understand people who think that tornadoes are not the worst like natural disaster that could happen. I know people are like, how could you live on the coast with hurricanes and tidal waves? And I'm like, nope. Nothing compares to a tornado that comes up in like 2 seconds and you have no notice, and it makes me so anxious, and I don't think I could ever do it. But that was really fun. I finished reading The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, and it was very good, although it was thick. That's what I will say about it, but it was good, and I recommend it if you haven't read it. I also finished reading, I think I spoke about last time, everybody in my family has killed someone, and we had our book club about it, and now I am reading the second book, which is Everyone on This Train is a Suspect, and I am excited about it. Already, I'm only a few chapters in, but I'm liking it already. And I'm reading it via Kindle this time instead of audiobooks, so I'm curious to see how that plays into it. We also have watched House of the Dragon, the season finale, and I know lots of people were disappointed. I'm not going to share major spoilers here. I know lots of people were disappointed. I won't say I was disappointed. I don't know if I expected anything other than what it was. So that's how I feel about that. But now that we finished that, I am so excited because we're going to start watching The Bear. Season 3, and I can't wait. Otherwise, what else did we do? We were down the shore this past weekend. Now we're back home this Friday. So tomorrow when you're watching this is Michael's birthday. So everyone share the love. Feel free to drop your comments below and I will share them with him. Again, he still thinks he is the side character of this channel and he does not realize he has main character energy. So drop the love for Michael below and I will pass it along to him. We're going out to dinner for his birthday Friday night, and then we're doing a little something for his birthday Saturday night. And this weekend will be an entire weekend of Michael birthday events, and that is how it should be. We also get to watch the U.S. women's national team in the final game of the Olympic tournament this Saturday, and I am so excited. I can't wait. I've been so proud of the girls, and I can't wait to see how it goes. But that is pretty much all that's been going on in life outside of everything I showed you today. So until next time, take care of each other. Talk soon. Bye.